Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed colleagues and distinguished members of Hindu, Buddhist, Sikh, and Jain communities, thank you for being here today. I am profoundly honored to stand before you at this pivotal juncture. We are not merely congregating to initiate another caucus. We are assembling to pioneer a movement, one that strives for understanding, inclusion, and affirmative policy actions. A movement that says every faith, every culture, and every community has a place in America, the land of free and the home of the brave. My name is Shri Thanedar. I am a proof of America's diversity in Congress. I'm an immigrant of this country, born in Belgaum, Karnataka, India. My parents worked hard to provide for my siblings and it's such an honor for me to serve my constituents, Detroit and the Michigan's 13th Congressional District in United States Congress. Today is significant for numerous reasons. To many of you, the launch of Hindu, Buddhist, Sikh, and Jain American Congressional Caucus may seem like a formal procedure, but let me assure you, it is so much more. It is a statement of commitment, a commitment to stand against religious discrimination, to propel the wheels of inclusion, and to cultivate a nation where diversity is not just tolerated but celebrated. This caucus will create a platform to have the discourse, engage in action, dispel the misinformation and disinformation of our culture and society, to express religious freedom and protect our existence and speak the truth about who we are by pushing back on hate and bigotry. To comprehend the urgency of the need of this caucus, it's important to put some numbers into context. We are not talking about abstract communities or conceptual problems. These are real issues affecting real people, our friends, neighbors, and constituents. The movement is having, today I'm so proud to say, the first Sikh person presented a prayer in the House chamber. I'm just so excited this morning to hear Granthi Jaswinder Singh stood proudly to pray in this body. Across approximately 3 million Hindus, 1.2 million Buddhists, 500,000 Sikhs, and 200,000 Jains enrich our nation's cultural and spiritual life. About 1,000 Hindu temples, 1,000 Buddhist temples, 800 Sikh gurudwaras, and 100 Jain temples are spread across America, acting as centers for community development, philanthropy, and spiritual well-being. So when we speak about these communities, we are speaking about a substantial portion of our nation's populace, a segment that contributes significantly to the American fabric, yet often remains underrepresented and misunderstood. Now, allow me to bring your attention to some unsettling statistics that underscore why this caucus is not just important but absolutely essential. One of our 3 high school students have faced bullying due to their religious beliefs. This is not a statistics that we can afford to ignore. It is a clarion call for action. A 2022 report goes further to expose the depth of this issue. It reveals that over 50% of Sikh children have been bullied, and children who wear turbans are bullied at a rate more than double the national average. These numbers are not just statistics. They are stories of suffering that manifest in the lived experiences of our children and our future. We can do better. We must do better. Let us turn our attention to the personal stories that make these statistics all the more heartbreaking. Earlier this year, a 23-year-old Indian student named Janavi Kandula was struck and killed in Seattle by a speeding police car. The officer said her life had limited value. These are not isolated incidents, but patterns that reveal a worrying trend. Until as recently as 2015, the Federal Bureau of Investigation did not even collect information on hate crimes specifically targeting Hindu, Buddhist, Sikh, and Jain communities.
Japra, founder and chairman of Americans for Hindus. And today we are very, very excited and very, very thrilled that we have our press conference for Hindu, Buddhist, Sikh and Jain Congressional caucus. Was made in June of this year, and our founder, Congressman Shri Thanedar, had put it together that time, and he was the only one. And we are very, very fortunate to announce today that we have 27 congressmen and congresswomen who have become part of this caucus. It's a huge news. Now we can have a platform where all of us can get together and we can collaborate and we can talk about our issues, our concerns, our needs, our misunderstandings, and then solve them. That was a need of the hour. There's a lot of things happening, Hindu phobia, Hindu hate, and of course many other issues which are so pertinent and so important to us. And today we can get together, meet together on the same platform and discuss them and solve them. So there's Shri Thanedar ji has been talking to everybody. He's creating the policies, the resolutions where all these issues will be concerned about Hindu phobia, Sikh phobia, what is against Hinduism and Jainism will be taken care of in the future. So we would request everybody to join us and be part of this historic moment so that we can continue.